This sword is the Scottish Cutlass. It is sold by Windlass Steelcrafts. The blade length, 25 inches. It is high carbon steel. The weight of the sword is 3 pounds, 3 ounces. The handle is wood with a leather wrap. The basket hilt, you see the spherical shaped pommel. It is completely ambidextrous. All right, in other words, the basket is symmetrical. Now the rest of the sword, very nice finish on this sword. Satin finish, obviously. As I said, the total length of the blade is 25 inches, so it would be considered a short sword. There you see the tip design. There's a small fin on the spine, which is sharpened. And overall, definitely a beautiful sword. Now I am going to do a short cutting demonstration on a water jug using this sword. The goal of the demonstration is not to just see if you can cut plastic. Obviously you can. However, my goal is going to be to slice the water jug as many times as I can, meaning as low as I can, without the bottom part going flying. The goal of that, well, number one, it's more difficult to do if the sword is not properly sharpened, so it does show the initial sharpness to some degree. And secondly, it's very difficult to do that if you don't have the correct technique. If you just haul off like it's a baseball bat, yeah, you probably will cut the jug cleanly, but it's probably going to go flying. All right, so let's roll in that footage. Now, historically, this type of sword would have been used for very close quarters combat in situations where there would not be room for much footwork or much, say, traditional dueling with longer swords such as rapiers. For example, naval boarding actions where sailors were storming an enemy ship. It is a heavy sword. 3 pounds, 3 ounces. It weighs as much or more as some full-length katanas, for example. Now that extra weight is designed into it on purpose to make it a very strong hacking and chopping implement. And if you're used to swords that are a lot easier to manipulate, more agile swords such as some katanas or rapiers, okay, this might be a little difficult for you to get used to at first, but that extra weight, and it is also blade heavy as well, but that extra weight and that type of balance makes this sword a close quarters chopping and hacking machine. The design is basically a naval cutlass, but with the basket hilt of a Scottish sword. Obviously that hilt provides an extreme amount of protection. Now, one thing you should know about this sword, it is actually sold unsharpened. If you want it to arrive sharpened, if you purchase it from Cult of Athena, you also have to add, I believe it was $15 or $18 for the sharpening fee. This is the second time I have used that service, and both times it has come extremely sharp. So I'm very satisfied with that service. And if you get the sharpening, the 9 inches on the top of the spine side, that fin you see there, that will also be sharpened. Here you see the scabbard that this sword comes with. It is green colored leather with steel accents. Right there you see that very intricate basket. It looks very nice, you know, very collectible. Obviously this is fully functional too and deadly. My one complaint about the sword would be the texture of the leather wrap. It looks nice, but the texture of this leather is actually extremely slippery. Right, so I probably will replace that just with something that provides a better grip. But that's just a small thing. Overall, I do think it's a beautiful sword if you collect swords. And as I said, fully functional if you want to do some cutting. And, you know, I mean, to me, this is a great piece of history. And it's of great interest to me because I collect swords from all cultures: Greek, Roman, Chinese, Japanese. I'm Filipino myself, so I like Filipino blades. And of course, I also like Western blades, rapiers, Scottish blades. It would have been brutal to have to face these. Imagine facing these, you know, hundreds of years ago when these were used. That would have been absolutely brutal. And this is, I have to say, this is one of my favorite sword designs now, after trying it out. Alright, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for many more reviews of cutlery of all types. I'm out.